Fundamentals of Juju. Juju is one of 5 forms that I wrote for our dojo, and the story of which you can hear in the Fundamentals of 7. But Juju was named by one of the young ladies here at the dojo when I was looking for a name for these forms. And Juju just has to do with chemistry, a strange vibe, like a juju. It's an African term. Anyway, I thought it fit perfectly for the form because there is a strange vibe that happens between first and second degree black belt. A lot of first degrees quit before they ever make it to second. So one of the things about the form Juju is that there are no kicks. That is there's a philosophical reason for that, which is to keep the first degree who's working towards second back on the mat, returning to fundamentals. Also, the first part of the form is a similar sentiment. It expresses the fact that we can train only with one square of space. So if you take this square here, the first moves of the form are a down block punch, and then you step back, and then forward into a high block punch. Then I need to move this way. Rather than go all the way to here, which takes up 2 squares, I simply step forward, turn, down block punch. Now instead of stepping forward to high block punch, I step back, then step forward, high block punch. So what could have looked like this, and taking up 3 mats, now looks like this. Expressing that we don't need but a little bit of space to practice. Where there's a will, there's a way. Then we move backwards for the first part of the form. We end up here. Now we chamber this way, punch and outside block. If you notice, that's from Pyongan 2. That's because we're paying respects to all the number 2 color belt forms. Then we have a down block and a middle block, both of which you'll find in Pogge 2. Step back, high block, high punch, both of which you'll find in Basic 2. Then we pay respects to Gungan, except that we have open hands. We punch, and then we have an elbow strike instead of a punch. With the open hand, we have a spear hand. Here we throw in some of our Aikido influence. Christopher, if I could borrow you, please, sir.
Sure.
What happens in the form is this. What that looks like is, I've done a spear hand, the bad guy has grabbed me, and I turn my pinky up right when he grabs. Let's do that again in super slow motion. Like that. So that I can grab him back, step forward, hit him in the face with his own elbow, and throw him into the spot in which I was standing. I'm down here low with Christopher in the form. You look like this, just a formalized version. Thank you, Christopher. And then we step back for a pressing block and a spear hand. Then we turn over, trap for Nikyo. And Christopher, if I could borrow you again, please, sir. Sorry. So again, I've done a spear hand here, and he's going to cross grab, and I turn my pinky up again. Let's do that again in slow motion. Turning over. Then I trap his hand so that he can't let go. I try to get his elbow bent, come over the top of his forearm. Now I step forward and step back in order to make my groin unavailable for him to kick. And then I do Nikyo that way. I could do the technique like this, but then he could kick me right between the legs. So instead, I do the technique like this, protecting my vulnerables from attack. Thank you very much, Christopher. So let's see, where were we? We're here, pow. Then we have a spear hand, Nikyo, pressing block, spear hand, Nikyo that Christopher and I just demonstrated for you. Then we go to the other side, in the middle, we kia with a punch. And then you do the same thing, exact thing, mirror image that way, ending up in a punch. Then we step through, down block, a double underhanded punch, and then we do an escape technique here with a back fist and back fist. Christopher, let's show them that escape technique. So somebody has reached for my guns, or my knives, or my samurai swords, or whatever, and I've done outside blocks. And then I punch him with upside down fists, after which he just grabs a hold of my wrists. I come up on the outside, down in the middle, that breaks the grip. Now my hands are on top of his, making it easy for me to back fist, back fist. So down block, upside down punch, he grabs, escape, back is back, spin. That happens this way. Down block, underhanded, escape, 1, 2. And then we have a stick block, pull out, left punch, left-handed. Then the end is just low, middle, high, with a down block punch, and a down block punch, a return to fundamentals. And that is Juju, and I hope you enjoy working on it. Thank you very much.